Hey everybody, how you guys doing today? My name is Nick, otherwise known here as Avialence, and today I'm bringing you guys a video blog for Friday, March 7th. So in today's video blog, we're going to be discussing the idea of my most anticipated games in 2014. While a lot of other lists have already come out, with 10, 15, sometimes even 20, 25, I actually decided to narrow it down into 5 of my most anticipated games of this year. So we're going to dive into some gameplay. I'm going to showcase all of these games to you guys and give you a little bit of background on each of them and why I think they deserve to be on my list. So let's go ahead, get started, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Okay, this is a battle of attrition. Eliminate all enemy forces. Good luck.
So number 5, guys, is Titanfall, as I'm sure you can see. I'm really excited for this game because it's promising to revolutionize the first-person shooter and revitalize the entire genre. This is something that I've actually had hands-on with during the beta, and I know it's coming out really soon, but it's something that definitely deserves a spot on this list. The Titans are amazing. The way that the Titans play compared to the pilots works so well. The combat and stuff flows great, too, and the other big thing that I really enjoy about Titanfall is the fact that it's set in a futuristic science fiction environment. This is an environment set in the frontier that actually allows for players to experience something that hasn't been done before. I'm so sick of the generic military shooter, and while I do enjoy playing Battlefield and sometimes Call of Duty, I would much prefer the experience to be different, revitalized, and refreshed. This is also the first game coming out on the Xbox One that I'm really pumped for and feels like a next-generation title, so that's why Titanfall sits at my number 5 spot.
Pilot, your Titan will be ready in 2 minutes.
None shall be untouched by the fires above.
Age Inquisition is my number 4 spot. This game is huge for me because it's actually one of my favorite 2 franchises from BioWare. I played a lot of Dragon Age actually before I started doing YouTubing or uploading videos, live streaming content, or anything of that nature, and this is one of those role-playing games that I really got into. Now, Inquisition's promising a lot of things, such as an open-world environment, the ability to play as all races again, including the Quinari, which is fantastic, plus the whole revitalization of the idea that the world is dynamic, you are constantly going to be evolving and taking on challenges in the world, and you can't save everybody. Just like Mass Effect 3, I think Dragon Age Inquisition is going to be the culmination of everything that BioWare's worked on in the previous 2 games, as well as the Mass Effect games too, when it comes down to creating a dynamic role-playing unique world, and that's what just blows my mind with Dragon Age Inquisition. It looks gorgeous, it looks like I'm going to have a ton of fun in the world, and I honestly cannot wait for this game to come out in late 2014. Plus, we have a lot of returning characters, a lot of great narrative, and again, this game just feels like something that BioWare spent far too much time working on, which isn't a bad thing at all. So, Watch Dogs. Yes, Watch Dogs gets my number 3 spot. I know the game faced a lot of delays. It was supposed to actually come out last year in November, but got pushed until this year, which is now, I believe the release date is May 27th. But Watch Dogs basically incorporates all the things that I love, but I haven't fully been able to fit in a game that works for me personally. I was a big fan of GTA 5, but GTA 5 wasn't as serious as I would have liked it to be. And Watch Dogs feels like a bigger expansion on the Assassin's Creed 4 free roam. It's made by Ubisoft, and it incorporates a lot of the technological things that I think people really should be concerned about these days. The NSA spying on us here in America about, going through our text messages, going through our online history, things of that nature. I mean, these are all very, very real problems. These are all things that people need to be aware of, and while Watch Dogs is just a video game, I think it's going to bring some of that to light as far as expressing that, corporations can control these things. You have different ideas of the whole, Skynet thing with this CTOS and how CTOS monitors future Chicago. Plus, it's a giant open world, and that's something that many of you guys who watch my Assassin's Creed 4 content know. I love doing that stuff on this channel. This is what I live for, making these free roam videos, and Watch Dogs, with all the content it's going to have, is totally going to open that up, and I'm going to be able to do so much with the game here on YouTube, and I'm so excited about it. The gunplay looks great. The whole online multiplayer too, where you can have 7 other people free roaming in the world, causing mayhem and helping you go through these side missions and stuff, is just wild. This feels like a next-gen free roam game, and I really feel that we won't be too disappointed when it comes out on May 27th. So Watch Dogs, number 3 indefinitely. Cannot wait to play this game and share a lot of videos here with you guys. So, Destiny, my number 2 spot. I'm sure this won't surprise many of you guys. I've given a lot of good talk towards Destiny. I'm really, really excited for this game, mainly because of what it's doing with the console MMO. So, in the console MMO world, I feel that it's never been done completely, right? You have games like Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2, which brought the four-player co-op online, which they handled great. They had the loot system and everything. But after you get past a certain point in Borderlands, you run out of content. Now, what Bungie is trying to do is take the MMO experience that's consistent, always evolving, and put that on a console in a first-person shooter. This is something I can really appreciate. It's a very ambitious goal, but I have faith that Bungie will be able to pull it off. Now, of course, there's the whole idea of Bungie creating this massive world. The story, the fact that you're a guardian is amazing. I love the 3 classes as well, and I love that the various ways you'll be able to blend your classes, upgrade your weapons, all of that. It looks really intuitive, and the gameplay is really smooth. I mean, what you guys are looking at now is from E3 last year, and we haven't seen too much since then, so I'm really excited to see what we see this year at E3 before the game launches in September. So my number 1 slot, guys, is Tom Clancy's The Division. This game was unveiled last year at E3, and it was the biggest curveball that I think I've ever seen come out of the company. So this focuses in a post-apocalyptic New York. The focus there is that you're trying to survive, and we don't really know much outside of that. It's a combination of PvE and PvP gameplay, which really just blows my mind because that's an experience that I've only had in PC games like Arma, especially DayZ Epoch is one of the biggest ones. I still play that on Arma 2. It's just that combination of fighting against players and also fighting against AI for survival and stocking up supplies, weapons, things of that nature that drove me to love it so much. Now, the one thing that I really like about The Division, though, is how gorgeous it looks. It's running on the Snowdrop engine, which they've made specifically for this game, and it is New York. The setting of New York is gorgeous, but you see the fire, you see the bullets. The big thing, too, here is how smooth the world is. You see him close the car door, you see all the bullet holes going in the cars, the tires go out, things of that nature. The immersion here is something that I haven't seen in an online game before. Now, granted, we don't really know how a lot of it's going to function. I'm assuming most of that will be explained this year at E3, but I cannot wait to get hands-on with The Division. Hopefully this year, but honestly, I think it's probably going to be pushed back to 2015. Yet, it remains on this list, and it will probably remain on my list for 2015 just because of the fact that this is something me and my friends will be addicted to. Me and my buddy Elliot, my buddy Josh, we played DayZ over 600 hours, and The Division is something that I think is a little more serious, a little more controlled, and definitely a next-generation product. This is the type of game that these next-gen consoles were built for, and I cannot wait to see how it's executed when the game launches.
So there you guys have it. That is my top 5 anticipated games of this year. I think all 5 of these games deserve their spot on the list. I'm really looking forward to games like The Division, who are planning on bringing that multiplayer sandbox element, especially the online multiplayer sandbox element, onto consoles, which I think is a very ambitious goal. Consoles are limited compared to PCs, and I'm really excited on seeing a lot of these bigger companies embrace these things since DayZ really became so popular, right? But that is a wrap. So, if you guys have any questions that you would like me to address in a video blog or any topic ideas that you would have to recommend to me, I highly encourage you to put those down in the comments below. I pull all these video blogs, actually, straight out of the comments and try to talk about some stuff that's relevant to you guys, stuff I want to talk about, and everything of that nature. So, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and feel free to like this video and share it with your friends. Until next time, guys, have a good weekend, and I'll see you next Friday in my next video blog. That's a whole lot of next, but you know what? I'm just going to roll with this cut. Have a good weekend, everybody.